David Williams, and I don't know who all else was on his testing team. I heard Kase was, and I think Brock Parker maybe was, but I'm not sure who all worked into building this deck. Anyway, I'm just going to keep saying David Williams over and over because, he's famous. I don't know. Words. But anyway, yeah. So today we're going to try his deck. His deck kind of confuses me. It doesn't look fast enough to lock out decks, but like him and his teammate both went 11-3 with it, so like presumably it has to be. It definitely confuses me. But anyway, so that's why we want to play games. Tomorrow we might try Yam's build and like Lee's build, the MTG Mint card guys. Don't know what their official team title is now. That's what they'll always be to me. But today we're going to try this build because it's got stuff in it. At some point today I'll probably have to read the Mirari's conjecture. Yeah. Kinda wish I just had a bunch of Carnage Tyrants in the sideboard so I know we could beat Esper. Join the game. They were last seen playing mono green. That is supposed to be a very good match for us. This is a very good hand. We will keep our very good hand. I think it's kind of interesting that they don't even bring in Cleansing Nova versus the green decks. His guide just says stand pat. Hey, Latrickery, thank you for the 9 bits. Wow, well, they had the good draw. That's unfortunate. Thank you for the 9 little biddies. How are you doing? They put a lot of power out quick. Had to do an odd number of hoping to tilt chat. I'm not quite even sure what you mean. I guess I'm supposed to pass and just glimmer. Maybe I was supposed to glimmer main phase in case we hit a tap land? Oh, odd number of biddies. I don't think you can tilt chat. I'm pretty sure you're like one of the only people here. That's a Galta. You know, things don't look like they're going well for us. I'm told this is a very good match. I literally tapped a blue mana. I'm confused. Oh, it's going to actually make me click it over here? Fine, whatever. I guess I'm going to keep both of these. Oh, Jesus, 100 bits. Thank you for that, too. Big time in the house. Are we supposed to just cast one of these at this point? If I was going to cast one of these, I should have I should have done it pre-combat. So that was a play mistake. Or I should have done it before I played my land. Ended up not mattering. Oh no, it's plenty. Hell, that's insane. I highly appreciate it. It's more than anyone should ever do, as I'm obviously not a very good streamer. I tell everybody they're wrong, when in fact I'm usually the one that's wrong. I guess I just fog here. You know, because if I don't, I'm dead. Well, there's a sorcery in our graveyard. So we could play this and get back this. I've not got to play the Turbo Fog deck enough to know whether I dislike it or not. I have a feeling I'm not gonna love it, but whoops. So the go is theoretically to somehow copy this and get 2 turns? Yeah, I'm running the Cycle Fog as well. This is the first time I've played the deck, so I'm sure I'm gonna like make some like massive punt here. That's the only one of those we can get, and we don't have another fog, so I guess I'm supposed to cast Nexus of Fate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I guess I'm just supposed to cast Nexus of Fate. Because we get a lot more cards if we wait till next turn to do this. So we have 9. So that's 10. And now we're going to get 6 cards, I think. To try to find another fog to keep going. And if we don't get the 6 cards, we can have a 7th card for this. Well, okay, there's another fog. So we're good in that regard. That costs only 2 mana, so it means we can play this too. And we have plenty of land to discard here. Alright, well, we don't have a lot going on, do we? Hey, Drag Queen, what is up? I think we'll be able to draw more lands, so let's just do this. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much. Yeah, I wouldn't have drawn, I would have drawn less cards, and I was a little afraid of that, but like maybe I'm not supposed to be afraid of that. Maybe that's just what the deck does. Because we're still in a spot to where like if we don't hit one every turn, we're dead. But we hit one, so. I punted this turn too, didn't I? I should have left a basic untapped. But since I didn't, this is just fine. We get to untap 2 lands. So it's probably better to do this. I need to play some Approach again at some point. Don't worry, my English is pretty bad itself. I am not good at talking, that's for sure. I just assume this game's over at this point. I don't know that it is, but I assume it is. I'll just say both of us time. Like, if we can't close the game from this point, I'm not sure if this deck's playable. Alright, well, we start with this. Pretty simple. We throw this over here. I want this in the deck, I guess. Guess I'm losing an Ascanta activation by doing this. I have no idea. I use mana traders. Sorry. Wish I could answer your question, but I really just don't know. Guess we want another one of those. It's expensive, though. It's definitely an expensive deck. I'm just tapping stuff at random at this point. I'm not sure that any of this stuff matters. Wait, what the heck does this say? Target player takes another turn, so we got to click ourselves. 1 permanent to bounce. I didn't leave enough mana open to do that because I'm a bad Magic player. This deck's apparently going to be a lot slower to close with than I thought as well. I still don't think the game's losable from where we're at. But like, I'm obviously not playing perfectly. I'm just trying to play fast because I'm afraid the clock on Moto's going to affect the outcome of this game at some point. So you have to forgive me if like all of these lines aren't clearly perfect and stuff. Alright. So they're done. Sweet. So that means it may not come down to matter. But like, we were going to close this game in like 3 extra turns or something. I took the Karn because it makes us 2 more tokens, and at this point we're looking at 9 cards a turn. Plus, we have things that we can cycle. So basically, our opponent doesn't get another turn this game. Could have took the Charter Course. It's kind of the same thing, but because next turn we'd have got to kill more of their permanents or whatever. Like, I probably shouldn't even have cast the secrets here, but I was just trying to make plays to make our opponent concede. Like, these weren't the optimal lines, but like the game was locked. We had infinite turns at this point, and I just wanted to make our opponent concede. I spent 350 to finish it. This deck's kind of weird. Like, it's going to crush. I think it's going to crush decks unless they adjust. But I actually think there's room to adjust to beat this type of deck. And I think that blue-white's going to be a lot more popular now. And there is no chance that I'm losing to this deck with blue-white. Like, I just do not think that is possible. With my blue-white builds, I don't think I can lose to this deck. But I could be wrong. We'll find out. But the deck's sweet. Anyway, so Dave Williams wrote his little sideboard guide up. And the sideboard guide says versus mono green, you're good. So they don't even bring in the rafts versus mono green, which I find kind of awkward. Like, I really want to bring this card in. Blue-white can just play Baral. Like, my blue-white deck has Baral in the sideboard as well. And you have 6 counter spells. I have something like, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 12 counter spells. So if we're both playing the same number of Barals and I have more than double your counter spells, how do you beat me? I really want to sideboard this card in. Is it wrong to want to sideboard this card in? Dave says not to, so I guess we just won't, but I want to. It honestly feels like it's hard for me to lose if I have double your counter spell and we're both playing Baral. And I have cast outs and bindings, which you don't have very many answers for. I guess this is a keep. We don't have a fog, but we have a Charter Course. He's already mulliganed. If we get one fog, we have 2. If they don't have a Llanowar Elf, they're not going to be fast enough to matter anyway. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought this card was already in my hand, and then I drew it, and I'm like, but there's only 1 in the deck. This makes no sense, but, yeah. Hey, he had that play on turn 2 again. I guess since I know what I'm doing on turn 3 anyway, then I'm pretty fine with just doing this. Discarding one of these lands. I guess you went up on Barals, but like still, if you only have 6 counterspells total, that seems hard. I think we're going to lose this game. Which is why I like Cleansing Nova in this match. Like, we're going to be a turn slow unless we hit exactly a fog. And then we're going to have to hit, like, probably another fog. We are drawing to 8 of them, though, so I guess that's something. That's fair. You're playing a different build. I was just talking about the PT build. Obviously, like, you can make adjustments as well. But my blue-white deck's not making adjustments. That's just what it already had. Alright, well, feel like we have to hit something pretty good here. That's not something pretty good, so... And we're dead. Nope, I've not tested anything for this deck yet. This is the first build I've tried of it. This is the first games I played of it. I really want this card. I'm playing this card. I don't care what his guide says. Like, I'm pretty confident that I just want this card. I want at least some number of them. I don't know if I looked at Ben Rubin's list. This is Ben Rubin's list, right? Actually, Ben Rubin tested it with Dave, right? So this would be Ben Rubin's list. So you're going to Orlando? All of a sudden you're going to all the Grand Prix? How did you do it the Pro Tour? I'm not sure that I saw your result. Or are you qualified for the next Pro Tour? I know you're qualified for some Pro Tour. Maybe I'm confused which one you're qualified for. Oh, they play different sideboards. I didn't even look. No turn 3 again, please. I'm pretty confident you're qualified for one Pro Tour. I guess it's the next one. Okay, yeah. Because you got it from the Limited Grand Prix. He had turn 2 Still Leaf Champion all 3 games, by the way. Really feel like I just need that card. I'm going to need a 5th mana. Maybe I didn't need that card because we have Glimmer. The timeout's definitely going to be a very real threat. Yeah, now that I think about it, I should have been that farmland. Wow, look at these hands. I guess I'm going to duck that card too. I want to cast a Glimmer, don't I? Yeah. It may not be. We're pretty close to done with this game. It's only been 30 minutes. We are at 5 life. We have a lot of things that have to go right for us. Oh, we know he's got a big monster in his hand. Guess he's gonna kill the search. I don't know. Backup Wrath of God doesn't feel bad. Exclamation mark deck list. If you do that in the opposite order, you'll get a deck list. I'll play a basic land this turn. I'll do it for you. No problem. I think our opponent has a blossoming defense. JK, opponent does not have a blossoming defense. Why can't I cast this card? I am confused. Why can't I cast this card? Is there something about this game state I don't understand? Oh, I have to have a legendary. Or a planeswalker. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, there's something about the card I didn't understand then. That answers that question. The answer is yes. There's something I don't understand. I drafted a bunch of Urza's Runish drafts the other day, and I didn't have a legend in my deck because I thought it worked off artifacts too. I was just wrong. I was just very, very wrong. That's fair. I was kind of curious why it didn't. Ooh, those are good draws. Kind of want all of these lands though. Those draws also don't seem good enough anymore. I feel like if he just has a blossoming defense, I'm going to be dead now. And we've used both of our cleansing novas. Oh, JK. Looks like even if we have a blossoming defense, we're dead. We have to hit fogs now. Just have to like draw mono fogs. Not a fog. Fog. Did I play a land this turn? I wasn't paying attention. Let's scroll up and look. I have not played a land this turn. So we're going to get 2 for a fog, and we'll be able to cycle that. So I guess I'm just going to ditch this then. Still though, the Vinemeier's kind of annoying. You got to draw a bunch of cards. They don't have a Walker. I don't know if any of their cards ever matter. I guess I'll bounce this one. Glimmer was kind of a cool draw. Yes please, and yes please. Oh, yes please. Is that a good draw? Guess I can do it better than that, right? So I can spend like these 3 and do this. I can Nexus if I want, but I don't even need to Nexus here. I don't know if I care about Nexusing here. I guess it doesn't hurt to. People like this fog deck. Shame on Wizards. Love it. I'm going to untap one of your 4s because I'm too lazy to tap my land. I currently have 3 fogs in the bank. Can I just cast fog so we don't have to worry about this? So I can press F6? We can go on about our day. Still can't get this off the board, so we're going to have to find a card to like block it or something at some point. I will save us both time and just cast fog. You're welcome. Oh, that was a good draw too. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uptick. Kill one of these, and I don't even care which. 1, 2, 3, put it on that. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We technically have 7, but I'm afraid I'm going to misclick. We could have cast a gift there, but I am definitely worried about me misclicking. Oh yeah, I'm aware that the game's over, but sorry if I can't read chat at the moment. I'm a little occupied with doing this combo crap. Well, I guess it's not necessarily combo, but you know what I'm trying to say. I've done tap things. Okay, opponent's done. They don't want to play no more. Hey, we hit another Nexus of Fate. That's kind of cute. MTG Finance is ridiculous. My friend got his last playset, or got a playset of these for 100 this weekend. I guess he was kind of smart. Yeah, I guess Ace was correct. We just had to rip a fog and we were going to win. Why wouldn't I what? Sorry, I missed that part. Yeah. Well, we beat an opponent who had a turn 2 Steel Leaf champion all 3 games, and he was on to play one of the games. Or 2 of the games. Oh, I was thinking that like maybe I can get more value out of it on a different turn, since we had infinite fogs with like multiple planeswalker activations or something, but it just wasn't needed. Like I was thinking about trying to be like really, really greedy. I guess Ace was nah. Alright. Braggart Ace. Trying to give us all that clout, or trying to get all that clout. Clout. That is such an ace word. Supposedly we beat the red decks too. I don't think we beat Wizard Red. I'm pretty sure we beat Red Black, supposedly. At least until the decks start making adjustments. Of course, as usual, even though there's 8 fogs in our deck, there's not one in our hand. Oh, well, this isn't Red Black at all. This is that Wizard deck. Man, it's an ace word. You leave me alone. I like to say ace words. I had to Google that after they started typing it on Twitter. I wasn't 100% sure what it meant. Guess I'm going to discard this one. I want to keep the basic for the Gift of Paradise just in case they have Field of Ruin. Yeah, it looks like it's that Chain Whirler Grixis deck, or like the Dragon deck, one of those two. I tried it on stream once and I didn't like it, but it does have counter spells in the sideboard, so we're going to have to be a little careful. Not sure what we discard if he plays Bolas this turn. I guess it's just going to be a land, but it's probably just going to be the Scattered Groves if they Bolas this turn. Oh, that's actually insane. What a cute draw. What a cute draw. So you excited now that you're going to be traveling to more GPs, Ace? I hope they're not reading this card. Because if they don't know what this card does, I feel bad for them. If he attacks me, I'll probably take it. No attacky on me. I got a Militia Bugler this weekend, so you guys are all ahead of me. Was that a good draw? Man, we keep getting good draws. I want to tap our mana for something this turn, so... At least we're at a spot where we can put every land on bottom now. We can cycle this land. How would Insult and Injury feel? It would not feel good. I'm going to start playing Insult and Injury. You just wait. I guess I'll keep both of those. I don't know if I want both of them. So we're going to Fog next turn, then we can cycle the following turn. I guess both are fine. And by both are fine, I mean I'm not keeping the Gift of Paradise. Take care, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. I guess I'm keeping the Gift of Paradise even if I put it on bottom. Does the opponent have a Spell Pierce or something? Like, why are they thinking so long on these turns? Maybe they're just lagging or something. I don't know. To be completely honest, I forgot if I drew or played a land this turn, so... If I did, that probably wasn't the best play I could have made. We hit a lot of lands this game. Our opponent did not. So next turn we can cast Nexus of Fate, which gets us at least to Teferi Ultimate. Which with the cycle lands in our hand and the cycle that we're going to draw between now and then, that's right. Clout. Hey! Hail to the Holy Helix. Thank you for the follow. Sorry. I couldn't read your name for some reason. Appreciate the followerini. Goodbye, land. You'll be missed. That's another cool one. Guess we have another fog, so. Oh, we get a land. We'll Nexus of Fate next turn, and then we'll be able to ultimate the fairy and do the things. Hey, Drag Queen, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it, everyone. So they'll definitely have counter spells and some discard post board, so that'll be kind of interesting. I should have ticked up Karn first. I think that was a mistake by me. I guess we're getting to Teferi here. I assume they're going to concede. Most people concede in face of Teferi Ultimate. But we were going to kill so many of their permanents next turn that it was sad. We were going to kill 3, 4, at least 4. So we'd have killed like all their dudes in the land. And that's without knowing what else we even are going to draw. Never mind. They probably just wasn't getting another turn, but. Alright, so. Do we want a sideboard versus them? Kinda want negates. The fogs are kind of relevant in this match, though. I know I said I want negates. I probably want defeats more than negates. I don't think I'm going to bring them all in. I think I'm just going to bring a couple in. Maybe I want all 6. I don't know what else I would take out, though, because I don't want to take out the fogs. I could have took out, like, the Temporal Sundering, I guess, and the Conjecture. If there's a game 3, I think I'll take out the Temporal Sundering and the Conjecture for 2 more, negates at minimum. My phone cord is tied up in my headset, so I apologize if you're hearing some, like, fumbling around right now. I'm trying to figure out this puzzle. Puzzle figured out. Like, they have Chandra too, so we do have to worry about like a Chandra ultimate. This hand's good enough to keep. We draw this one of a lot. Wouldn't mind to draw a gift. Did I sideboard a gift out? Yeah, I sideboard a gift out. Maybe I'm not supposed to do that either. JK. You're always supposed to sideboard a gift out. Results orientated, go. Results orientated, go. Sweet, no blue mana, so that means no Nico. Could have Chandra though, or just like some discard spells. Or I guess I could even have Contempt. That would suck. JK, Contempt wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, I'm not happy that they have it. It's not that bad. Meow. May fog this turn. Regardless of what they play, I don't want to go down to 13. I don't think. Especially if it doesn't look like they're adding anything to the board. Which it doesn't look like they are. I mean, we could. Who knows? I rarely do, so. Says a lot about this deck if we're able to. Alright, well, I would really like to hit a land here. You can do it, homie land. That's not a land. Wah, 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 wah. I guess we're casting the Root Snare here. If they don't kill the Teferi, we can Nexus of Fate next turn even if we don't hit a land. If we do hit a land, we can do more than that. Oh wow. They're ticking up and still playing things? Oh wow. Okay, never mind. They just ticked up for mana and then didn't do anything with the mana. Does anybody else find that weird? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't play anything unless we know we're going to hit a land, and we don't want to take that risk, so I guess we're just going to go to our end step. And be sad. Or maybe we're going to stay here. Yeah, I don't know why he ticked up for mana. The chart's not 3 because we only have... Well, hold on. So if we chart here, then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just have 6 mana, right? Or am I... Let me do the math again. Maybe I'm messing up math-wise. Alright, so we have access to 10 mana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 6, 7, 8. We only have access to 8 mana. So we only have 6 mana for a chart. But it's not 3, right? Like we need 9 mana to do it all. We have 5, 6, 7, 8 is all we have. So we want to tap this, and then untap them. So I'm pretty sure it's not free. Maybe my math's off, but I'm not seeing it being free. Am I really that bad at math? No, I'm not that bad at math. We only have one untapped. Alright, cool. I thought I was messing something up there because you seemed pretty convinced. Whew. You scared me, man. You scared me. You scared me. Yeah, but if we don't hit a land, we're going to lose the Teferi because we don't have a fog. And I'm pretty sure we just win the game otherwise, so I don't think there's any reason to take a risk. We could have, probably cast a chart that turn, maybe. So this time we do get to untap, so we can cast a chart this turn, like pretty free. What don't we want? Guess we don't need this at this point. So we'll tap that. Untap these. Take that. We get another turn. And his permanents aren't really long for the world. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We spend 5 free. We get to untap 3, so we only have 6. So unfortunately, I don't think we can play. I don't think we can play the Teferi this turn, but if we hit a land, we can play it next turn. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we would untap this and this, so we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd have 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we would only had 6. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we would have had more. If we had a fog or something, we can cast a fairy, or if we hit a land. Alright, so we hit a land. If my math's right, we can just do it all now. I think my math will be right. My math's usually right. Yeah, I like opponent. He said he watches the stream, which rocks. We get another Nexus of Fate here. I'm just going after his lands because he may not get another attack step, so killing his land seems relevant. And if he doesn't get another attack step, we just get to clean up the creatures at some random point anyway. Hey, Tacos, what's up? Opponent's nice, though. I'd be so tilted if I was streaming and this was happening to me. This is only our second round. It feels decent, but like obviously, like the metagame or something can adjust to it. It feels it's pretty fun. It feels pretty strong right now. It feels like it's kind of like walking a tightrope, though. Oh, they're going to Grand Prix Richmond. That's kind of cool. You'd need a big screen if I turned the webcam on. That's a fat joke. Enjoy. You're welcome. Fat jokes are the best jokes. It's time to get kill conditions on the table. Not any particular reason. I'm gonna kill them all. It's just a case like maybe I like F6 or like do something weird. I don't want them to get to you know, like resolve a permanent or whatever because I'm not paying attention, but all of their permanents are dead. Oh, I have to discard first, apparently. I guess I'll discard this first. Doesn't seem like we need it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how decks try to adapt to this. Well, our opponent's going to get a turn. Guess I'll keep the Glimmer. Yeah, single Lost Legacy would definitely make matches a lot harder. But fortunately, there's not a lot of good decks that can produce double black right now. Like, maybe you can put it in the Esper deck, or maybe you can put it in the, or like make a new deck for it, or maybe there's a blue-black control deck out there, but like, you can't really produce double black with Stompy or with red-black aggro. So, you've got that going on for. Like maybe there's a callback. Maybe somehow like Constrictor can play again. You can run Lost Legacy and Constrictor, or you know like decks themselves can just adjust. Like we're talking about stock lists at the moment. I found Snake to be super bad versus Red Black though, and if Red Black may still just be the most big deck in the format or whatever. I don't know, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. Like, I don't want to overreact or anything. This hand's fair. Like, missing some tools, but that's okay. Oh, it's probably a mirror match if they played that card first. I have no idea how these mirror matches are going to go. I got a feeling it's just going to be who draws what in the early game. I feel like these are going to be very skillless mirrors if it is a mirror. Yep, they can too. The blue-black deck can definitely do it, and it's good versus red, but it loses to red-black, right? So we are playing the mirror now. We don't have a single planeswalker in sight. Well, I shouldn't say we are. I presume we are. I wonder if a mirror on Moto is just you try to time your opponent out and be done with it. The decks kind of close pretty fast when they get to the point, though. Yeah, we'll make the same play they did. Literally the same play so far, almost. Yeah, you can definitely do a lot of things, but keep in mind that the red-black decks have like upped their count of things like Murder Bolt and stuff. So like Eversphere Harvester goes down a lot in value in those cases. Like obviously they're still just good, but I'm just saying they go down in value. All right, again, we don't have a Planeswalker, so if he has a Planeswalker, we're in trouble. Yeah, you can cycle the Haze of Pollen, I believe. The other version of this deck has cast outs and stuff in the sideboard, which would help in the mirror. Oh, Gifted Efferborn, got you. Okay, yeah. I'm following. We smart. Totally on board. Yeah, there's definitely going to be adjustments that decks have to make if this is going to be a player, and I think this is going to be a player because the red, black, and the green match seems so relevant. All right, one time Teferi? That's not Teferi. I said one time. Like, I don't have a whole lot of stuff going on for me right now. But I guess we can cycle this next, or we can just play the Nexus of Fate next turn, so I guess I'm not going to waste the secrets this turn. Just going to cycle a farmland and go on about our day. Hope that he can't kill us with a construct. I guess there was a non-zero chance he could kill us with a construct. He could have, like, played a land, Karn, or downtick Karn, and, like, ran multiple Nexuses in a row or whatever. Don't feel great about the game so far, though. They have a Teferi and a Karn. This is going to get considerably harder. Not happy to be casting this, but don't have anything else going on, so really don't want to throw the secrets away. JK, it looks like I'm throwing the secrets away then. I kind of just don't want to play it. It's just going to get tucked, but getting tucked probably isn't the end of the world. Because we can just draw it back next turn if we want. We have two ways to cycle, so we can definitely get it back next turn. then he wouldn't have the power to the following turn. Kinda don't want to cycle twice though, because I assume they're going to Karn down. And if they Karn down and we cycle twice, they would have a play pattern that could just kill our thing. Alright, sweet. They didn't Karn down, so. Dress is probably pretty good versus the deck. They didn't tap the gift first, so they're definitely not trying to do anything wild this turn. Like, they're not trying to go infinite turns or anything. I got a feeling one of us has a good chance of timing out, but what the hell do I know? Oh, this takes 3? My bad. I didn't realize that took 3, so I just sounded like an idiot a second ago. And I cycled the wrong one because I'm not bright. Well, that was embarrassing. That's what I get for not reading the cards. I don't think Chromium's particularly good. Could have probably cast a gift that turn if we wanted. But I wanted the extra mana in case we hit another 2 mana cycler. Alright, well we could be in serious trouble right now depending upon how many Wrath of Gods they have. Or sorry, how many Time Walks they have. I know I said Wrath, but it's because I'm illiterate and can't talk. If they don't have a or if they don't have Time Walks and they can't kill us this turn, they can't remove the Teferi, all of this stuff, there's a significant chance that they don't. Oh wow, never mind. I was gonna say there's a significant chance that they wouldn't get another turn. But we know they're going to have some of them things. It's just not probable to think that they're not going to have some kind of Time Walk here. Sure. Definitely don't want that. I guess I kind of want that. That's what we really wanted. So we're going to be untapping 4, 5, 6, 7. So we only have 2 mana to play this turn. There's a pretty good chance that they don't get another turn, but we don't know that for sure yet. Also a pretty good chance that we time out while doing all of this. Alright, we'll start with this. Guess we'll second with this and just draw 3 cards. Hope any of them's a time walk. None of them was a time walk. Alright, well that's a problem. None of them was a card draw either. Ouch. We don't have another card draw stored unless we use the Haze of Pollen. It's probably worth it. We get more cards if we don't do the other one. Oh yeah, I'm positive that blue-black crushes this deck. That's not news, Murph. Come on, dog. That's not a hot take. Alright, well we get to tick up again. And we missed again. Alright, well I guess we'll start with this then. See what we get here. Another land. It could be anything, even a boat. Alright. If either of these two cards are a Nexus, we get to keep going. If they're not a Nexus, we have problems. Well, we have problems. Well, we kind of struck out, and they get to, if they have any Cycler in their hand, they get to flip the Search for Azcanta this turn. And if they flip the Search for Azcanta, they're going to go infinite. They could just have a Fog as well. And we kind of bricked. That's okay. Versus any normal deck, we'd still have just a million turns. Yeah, this is the mirror. So they have to get insanely unlucky to lose here. That's 4. Alright, well there's their first extra turn. They have to get actually insanely unlucky now. Oh yeah, F6 is already pressed. I won't make them completely kill us, but I'll make sure that they don't brick over a few turns. I'm playing Williams' PT deck. I did not make his changes. To be completely honest, I forgot about his changes. We drew more cards than one, though, didn't we? Didn't we draw more than one card overall? Like, the way we played it, we got a chart, of course, and a bunch of stuff, right? And we gave ourselves live to draw the Karn. Yeah, I remember the changes, Murph. I just didn't make them. I'd forgot at the time. The 2 secrets have been great, though. The secrets have been very good. I don't think there's any way we can actually win this game. I feel like we should just concede, but I'm not going to. Like, I can look at my email. So there's no reason to concede when I can look at my email. Do 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 do. What the hell? Let's do something wild. Yeah, I'm not a fan. The conjecture wasn't particularly good. I guess there's some chance that they brick. Like, I don't think it's a very likely world, but there's a non-zero chance that they brick, right? Probably not. They're seeing like 10. If they will concede if they get another. Okay, that's enough. Because now every turn they see their entire deck. They have 23 cards left. They have the Opha Teferi in their hand. So they get double activation of all of these every turn. So every turn they get to see every card. Pretty sure we bring these in here? Pretty sure we're going to take out these. Pretty quick swap. Don't think I want the Nezahal. Doesn't feel like it does enough. So I'm good with this. Oh, I could bring in the Nezahal, I guess. I feel like a lot of times I just tap 7 mana and they win the game, though. Alright. I'll bring it in just because it lets me draw cards. Actually, I don't want to get rid of Charter Course. I'd rather get rid of Secret since we bought Brawl in. Cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. I wonder if they can deck us. Well, this hand was almost good. This hand was almost good. We'll keep a land. I guess I'm going to get rid of the chart because I'd rather try to cast Karn 4. JK, should have kept chart. Casting Karn 4 is probably not great anyway. Doesn't mean we're not going to try it since we're like so void of relevant plays. Well, never mind. That's just better than Karn. That's just a better magic card than Karn, so. Yes, I don't want to get rid of that. Don't care if he counterspells this. If he's got another negate, a land, and a Teferi, I mean, if If we hadn't mulliganed to 5, we wouldn't be making these aggressive plays, but where we mulligan to 5, I feel like we don't have time. They're just going to have enough card draw that we lose. This is a fog mirror, and we've mulliganed to 5, so I feel like the game's pretty close to over before it started. Well, untap and draw to fairy, maybe. I don't think it's unlucky. I think it was pretty probable that they had a play like that. Oh wow, I tapped both of my green mana. I wasn't going to cast any of my green spells right now anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter, but that was still probably a play mistake. Like, I wouldn't have cast Gifts if we drew it. That's the only green card, so. You get to land. So that's their third negate going. Doesn't matter what card we turn over, we're going to put it in the bin with the search. Well, that sucks. Well, they're taking a negate. There's 2 cards here, right? Now they're gone. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a popular deck. Too many fan favorites did well with it. They have multiple Botanical Sanctums, or am I just blind? I guess I'm just blind. Or getting confused by the art. One of the two. Kind of want to force them to use their negate. Never mind, they're going to use it for us, I guess. We don't have to force anything. They have double counter spell. We're going to be very sad. I didn't even try to protect it. Guess we'll take another counter spell. Can't cast either of those anyway. There goes our Primal Tide. It's like the one card we wanted right now. Close to the only card we wanted right now. Can you? No, you have to have a legendary creature or planeswalker. Legendary lands don't count. That would have been really good if you could. No worries. We have multiple counter spells, so... Oh, that can't be countered, can it? Wah, 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 wah. But they only have 33 cards in their hand. What's the chances we can ever mill them out? None? Looks like we're about to lose to Amir. Especially if they can force a time walk through this turn. It feels to me like it's kind of likely. Oh wow, it's thunder and something fierce outside. So they just have to have 2 counter spells. We know they have a negate in their hand. They get to draw a bunch of cards here too. Oh wow, they're not even going to try to cast anything. Alright, well I guess we'll try to cast Nexus of Fate. I think this gives us our best chance. Actually, this is kind of like really bad, right? Because if we counterspell to protect this Nexus, and then they just have their own Nexus, we lose the game. So this was a terrible play. But now we're like priced into it. We don't really have an option here. So this is a really bad play. I don't think I have an out, so like it doesn't matter, but like it was still a really bad play. They had double counterspell anyway, so it didn't matter what we did. We had no winning line. We just got way too far behind. Maybe we're not supposed to like force the Karn early, but we're so far behind on cards, I feel like the odds of us just drawing lands aren't very high, so I felt like we were just going to get buried. Like I assumed it would not resolve, but like I felt like our chances of winning that game was like 2 or 3%. Like I thought we were like very close to already being dead. So I thought it might have like gave us our best opportunity. Because if we'd resolved it, we actually had a chance. Yeah, it is, JJ. I own 0. I would certainly like to own some. We'll play first. I guess we'll keep. If we hit 1 land in a couple of turns, it'll be an okay hand. God, we're at 1.5 hours already, and we have at least 2 matches left. So that was best land. Anything to produce blue is roughly the same. I don't know why I say best land. Alright, so this is supposedly a good match. I'm gonna probably bin anything that's not a land right now. Because I really want another land so that we have a potential to have Teferi next turn if it's correct to play it. May not be correct to play it depending on whatever permanents they have in play or whatever, but yeah, it's not going to be correct to play it, it seems. I don't know, we can hit a fog. We have 2 draw steps. Hmm. Alright, deck, you can do it. Ooh, that's a good one. Alright, Fogus. Not a fog. Also not a fog. I guess I'm just going to play this one then. Ticket. Damn. Nope, 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 nope. He won the mirror pretty easily. I don't know what to do right now. If we just play turn and kick it up, it's going to die, and all we're going to get is a land. Maybe the land cycles. We play Teferi and tick it up. You know, like maybe we hit a fog. If not, we lose our Teferi. But how do we win the game without our Teferi? I'll just go throw this card away. Yeah, we get a land, but at least it cycles. So that's kind of what I was hoping for. I don't really want to pass here because we're on basically a 2-turn clock. He's going to add something to the board that kills us on the following turn, so it feels like I need to do something, and at least the Karn prevents 6 damage. So unless it's exactly Galta, like, it seems like it's good and we need cards. There's some chance that we get double spell too, like that's not a 0% chance. We can't block this with the token, so our Karn still just dies. If we could, this thing can't be blocked by things power 2 or less. If this could have blocked the token, that's what we would have did. What are these? Alright, so there's a fog. That's what we've been looking for. To like start this whole mess. No worries, mate. No worries. You don't have to be sorry or anything. That's cool. So we potentially take like an 11-point hit this turn. But next turn we can start Teferi ticking up and hopefully be able to chain these like Haze of Pollens and crap. So 11, but theoretically it won't matter how much we take here if our deck does what our deck does. Alright, so now we have a second fog. And the Mirari's Conjecture gives us a third fog, so I think it's going to be very hard for us to fail here. We'll go ahead and cast this just so I can press the button, because pressing the button is fun. There's a Nexus of Fate even. There's another Nexus of Fate. So I'm going to cast them both. Should be enough. So now we have 2 turns banked. Now we have 1 turn banked. Does anybody notice that we draw a abnormant amount of additional Nexus of Fates off of our draws from the turn after we Nexus of Fate? Feels almost like a moto bug how often this is happening. But we had 1 more turn banked. We were going to get to play 2 of these. We were going to have 3 turns banked. Anyway, I like this card. And I've been chopping a couple of these, but I don't know if that's right. The Dave Williams sideboard guide doesn't have him bringing in Cleansing Nova, but I felt like it's pretty important because if they're on the play with the turn 2 Still Leaf Champion, they can just be faster than what you can do. No? What was the no to? This is a pretty easy keep, I think. We'll have to hit some lands, but we get a lot of extra time. Didn't you fog them? My moto locking up? Is it my connection? It doesn't say I'm dropping frames. I think I should be taking these out instead of chart. I think that was a play mistake by me as well. We've not been drawing a lot of fogs, surprisingly enough. I guess they're going to take Teferi or Glimmer. I don't like the rest from these Still Leaf Stompy decks. Oh yeah, people are digging this deck apparently, JJ. People are liking these fog shenanigans. I don't think I'm gonna fog this turn, so I might as well draw 2 cards. See if we can start finding some lands. Hey! It's the Doctor. Thunder Buddies. For some reason, I never knew your name was 616. Is it? Or am I just crazy? Oh, okay. Yeah, it is right. He rated us with a party of 45. I don't know how to make sounds play on my computer. Like, I'm not smart enough to get music on or we would play it. I have no idea how to get sound, or I have no idea how to get music on my computer. Like, I'm not very bright. So he's just going for it. He knows we have 49 fogs in our hand, though. Like, he's physically saw our, like, 47 fogs. I guess we'll play this one. Like, my music comes out of my speaker. I have no idea how to get it just on my computer. Thanks, man. Appreciate the raid. Ah! A bug attacked me. Yay! We did it. We get to cast stuff next turn. I guess he didn't need that mana. That might have been why he did that. I need to figure that out, though, because like I was going to scap somebody in the other day, and we just could not figure, or I could not figure it out. I'm too stupid. Like, I can't even get alerts on my computer. Hey, Untap, thank you for the follow. Speaking of not having alerts. Alright, I'll just save us both to time, opponent, and I'll cast my Rootbound Snare. Never mind, I guess I didn't save any time. I guess I would rather try to hit a land. That's not a land. This is another fog, though, so it's roughly the same thing. We have to cast a fog no matter what, so we'll just cast the fog and press F6 and go on about our life. That was a good one. somehow didn't tap a blue mana? By even accident when half of our lands tap for blue? So we're on our opponent's turn now. We'll go ahead and cast one of these, so again we can press F6. And hope that they don't have Sorcerer's Spyglass or something cray. I'd really like to draw lands. That our land. Okay, opponents had enough. These green players don't like letting you play it out. I figured that out. We're definitely starting to do our thing. It would have been hard for them to win, but... Alright, well, we're 3-1. We've locked up a minimum of pity chest. The only match we lost was a mirror where we kind of bricked off when we were comboing game 1, which is going to happen some amount of the time. In game 2, we double mulliganed and took some aggressive lines because of the double mulligan. They didn't pay off, but it's whatever. Hey, GG128, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Alright, well, hopefully, this can't be... There's more of a chance that I brick, though, right? Like, I've already bricked once today. It might have been poor play, though. I have no idea. Our opponent's 3-0. Actually, the records just aren't right at all. Lars just trying to make me feel bad because I like the deck. I get to do, like, cool stuff with planeswalkers and things, man. Why would you not want to watch somebody do cool stuff with planeswalkers? Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I don't know if we beat control decks of this. I got a feeling that, like, this is going to go very badly. It might be the right time to move back to an Esper or a blue-white deck. Depends on how many green decks are going to be in the format, I guess. I struggle with the green decks. Mariu's Conjecture is kind of cool, though. Guess we want to play this one. Guess I want to cast this during their main phase. They can syncopate it either way, but this stops them from, like, drawing a disallow. And even if they have a counter spell for it, we'll be untapping and resolving the Mirari. JK, we won't be resolving any Mirari if they have the syncopate. But it means if we have a Teferi, there's a good chance it resolves. Or a Karn. Got to be a Fog Teferi approach deck somewhere. I don't think you need approach when you're doing that other stuff. Like, we bricked once, but... No! Boo! Apparently I didn't tap blue mana because I'm good at not tapping blue mana. Kinda just want to tuck this. If this resolves, I probably will. Apparently I'm lagging really bad too, because look how long it's taking me to play a land and stuff. It is storming very, very bad outside, so if I disappear, you know why. These matches don't feel winnable main deck. Luckily, there's currently not a lot of these decks. There could be many more in the days to come. Yeah, we are lagging bad. Ah, come on, Moto. We just have one league to finish and then we can log for today. Let me play my land so I can press F6. Ah! I apologize for the lag. I can't control it. So we know their next draw step's to ferry, so like if they have a land plus they can cycle, they get to ferry. Probably cast a conjecture next turn and just get back the charter, or I guess we don't get back the charter course, it's the sorcery. And we get it back to turn after. I guess that's probably good enough. Alright, well we know they're drawing to ferry. Ugh. Bad storm bad. It's not showing me the mana in my pool. I would like to use you, green mana. This is a bad time to lag too, because this is a match that could very well go very deep into the time. I don't need the root bound snare back, but it'll give us the charter course next turn if it resolves. Which will give us 4 cards the turn after that. If they don't kill it. They could just play the conjecture and tuck this for all we know, but that's okay. Or I say conjecture, but they could play the Teferi and tuck our conjecture is what I'm trying to say. Just saying it very poorly. Could just not care about this too. Who knows? Well, we're certainly not putting that in our graveyard. We're going to try to cast it. There's no counter spells in our main deck, so there's no reason not just to try to play things. Oh, apparently I didn't tap white mana. Did I tap one too many mana? I can't tell. Yeah, I did. I tapped 7 or whatever. Just going to tuck that again. I'm just going to press F6. We didn't have anything else to spend our mana on anyway, so it didn't matter, but I was thinking about casting. If they'd counterspelled this, I might have played the chart, but I highly doubt I would have. Well, that's our second Teferi going. Deck feels pretty decent so far. It doesn't feel very good versus control, and the mirror match was pretty miserable, but I got my Nexus of Fates from Mana Traders. Alright, well hopefully we get to do something nice this turn. Hey, it seems like I'm not lagging anymore. Mana Traders is the best. They could be running a shortage on them right now though, I'm not exactly sure, so. Yeah, they might be running a shortage on them, like, it's a pretty hard card to find, so. Have two different fogs to try to protect our Teferi. Hopefully they don't have double counterspell. Ah, sweet. Even if they did, it wasn't worth that. Well, that feels good. No, not another one of those. On a positive note, we get it back no matter what. If we choose. Doesn't mean that getting it back it will resolve, but... One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. It's just better to cast this, right? Alright, apparently I'm lagging again. Love it when it starts storming when you're in the middle of a league. Feels like there's a good chance that we're going to time out. Simply because of our lag right now, regardless. I'm streaming in Eastern Kentucky, but it's like thunderstorming something pretty good outside right now. So as you can see, it's taking me multiple seconds to like even click things that I'm not even thinking about, you know? Maybe we can beat this game, that game one. Feels like we've navigated a situation to where like we're kind of ahead now. Let's see if this resolves. Yeah, I heard a lot of a lot of just the continent in general is going to be getting a lot of thunderstorms this week. Or I read that. All right. So worst case scenario, we get to keep our Teferi. Wow, we didn't get a or we didn't get a time walk out of this. The positive note is they probably hit a counter spell, but they can't kill the Teferi, so we'll at least get to untap and try to do Teferi things. Well, we start with Teferi, just because it's the one thing that we're doing 100% no matter what. Wow. Now that sucks. Don't want out of review. Okay, well, we're just not going to get a Rafaga, or a thing, it appears. So I guess I play random land number 1. I guess we take the chart. Well, but to see how many counter spells they have to see how the rest of this turn goes. Or the rest of this game goes, even. Alright, so we're going to discard a lot of our things. Let's see, let's get rid of Karn, let's get rid of Gift. Let's get rid of 1 cycle land. Let's get rid of you. I guess let's get rid of you and keep the other cycle land. If our opponent drew a bunch of counter spells, I think we're going to have a real problem now. That's not good for us. Does mean we get to cycle this turn. I think I should have played Chart a Course on my turn anyway. I think I kind of already messed up. I don't think there's any chance this is going to resolve. I hate being so far down on the clock when I feel like I'm not making that many decisions. I know I have 2 mana floating. Just assume that none of this stuff's resolving and it doesn't matter a lot. That's surprising. Like how my lag's coming and going. Like on some turns it's just like working perfect, other turns it's not. Press F6, but apparently the game's not registering it. How many Teferis are we down now? There's 1 in our grave, and all 3. Oh, we're just dead then, right? How do we win with no Teferis left? It seems okay. Like, I think we're in a pretty hard match right now, but... I mean, I know we can physically win with Karn. I don't know how we win with Karn versus what's on the table. Is that a better way to say it? I guess I'll put that in their hand. Pretty sure I have 1 more mana untapped, but it wouldn't cast my spells, so I just kept trying to tap it. Yeah, I did in fact have 1 more mana untapped. If they don't have a counterspell, I guess there's a chance. What are those? This one cycles, so we'll take it. Do we have anything in our graveyard that we actually want? Not really. I don't think they have a counterspell, though. That's not... Or if they do, I think it's, whatever. If they do, I think it's Syncopate. Yeah. We'll play all we can play. Oh, never mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to time out this match, even if we were going to win. Thank you, MTGO Lag. You're appreciated. We'll take this one. Play my land so I can cast you, please. Actually, I don't want to cast you right now. I'd rather just use it as Kanta. Take the chart. I don't know why I took the chart. Taking the chart's technically not right. Sorry guys if I'm not making correct plays right now. I don't think the plays that I make right now technically matter. I'm just trying to make sure we win the game. I think every play we make right now wins. Yeah. Like, I don't think we can actually brick at the moment. Maybe we can, though, because we have to go for a while. I like how I just messed up, by the way. Oh, wait, can you do that? Alright, you said tap the mana first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 2 turns. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we have 4 or 5 turns at this point. This is game 1. I'm lagging incredibly bad. Tap. 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 Are you sure, Lars? Because I have no idea where we are on the turn count. So I can take one more turn and attack them to death? Alright. So Lars says he's sure. That's good enough for me. I've not did the math, but I know that we like can't lose assuming. It's not 2 BM. Like, there was a chance I could have bricked this game. Like, a very, very small chance, I think. I picked a bad time to get a storm, though, or for it to storm, didn't I? Thank you, Lars, for doing the math, because I was certainly going to cast one more thing. Pretty sure we just bring in these entire 8 and probably this in a game like this. We're going to remove these, and I think I'm going to dump a chart. Actually, I think I like chart more than secrets. I don't even think I want secrets in the deck. Is there anything I can do to make it faster? Because I'm really worried about timing out now. I kind of just want my card draw spells more than I want my gift. Alright, well, hopefully our internet connection will work. I play pretty fast when I'm not lagging. Hey, DeBrandon. DeBrandon Ruri, thank you for the follow. We'll certainly keep. Let's start removing some of my stops. Ah! Wait! I didn't click that! What the hell? That's bullshit. Like, they changed how this works. Normally, when you click it, it would just go away. Oh, such a tilt. I could not be more frustrated. This would not resolve. You think I should concede game and go to the next one? Really? I feel like this is still winnable. We have 3 counterspells in our hand and Glimmer. Like, I've physically drawn every card that I would want in my opening hand. I really don't want to concede. Alright, I'll trust Lars. I'll concede. I really don't want to concede there. I feel like if we just draw Nezahal, we win this game. Like, I feel like my hand is the hand that I would exactly pick if I was starting the game. That just seems to me like it's going to be better than a random 7 and starting over, even if I took a turn off. Hey, HSCS Gov and Jeshua and another HSCS Go. Alright, we'll keep it. This hand's certainly better. Alright, so I want to remove that stop. I'm going to play my damn land first. Why won't it let me? Why did they change that? Yeah, that definitely messed with us a lot. If we don't hit lands here, we just lose. Really want to play the other game. Rip. That's not a good sign. Always yield to that. Put it in the graveyard. Nope. Cast it. Yes. No, he can't take the Teferi. He's got to take the chart. You can deal with Teferi later, but like sticking us on lands is too good of a chance to beat us. No. Yes. The Teferi's not likely to resolve anyway. What? I already yielded to that. What did I do wrong? I'm actually going to put that in the graveyard. I'm just looking to try to get Nezahal in play. Search for Askant is such a good magic card. I guess I'll keep that one. It's the instant we can play on his turn and potentially make him spend mana. I don't think I want to cast it this turn, though. I want to be able to at least have the negate up. They have access to commit, so we can't just jam it. Guess I don't want either of those. Alright, you resolve. May not have an option. We may just have to jam it. Probably not. Probably just going to cast a fairy and tick it up. Let God sort it out. Alright, well, I guess we're going to at least resolve Nezahal. I don't know what's going to happen afterwards, but it's going to resolve now. May cast the Nexus of Fate beforehand. No, I'm not going to cast the Nexus of Fate. That's just stupid. Because he can have a negate or a Jace's Defeat for that. They can disallow the trigger of it coming back. The commit's not a counterspell. Commit just tucks it. So like they can still tuck it with Teferi and then like disallow things. So like this isn't perfect, it's just the best that we have going for us. There's a good chance we're going to lose our Nezahal this turn, but yeah, I don't know what you do when you're like running this low on fumes anyway. Yeah. I guess I'm going to pay it. I don't think our cards do anything for us, and he currently doesn't have another black mana. Alright, that's whatever. Feel like we were drastically behind there, so. That feels like I probably lost a game of those plays, but I really didn't know a way to get out of it. Oh, whoops. Kind of messed up there, but that's fine. Guess I'll take this one. I definitely would not have played half of those plays if we had a full clock. Really wish I'd played game 2. I think our hand game 2 was better than their hand game 3. Didn't think it was by a fair margin. Oh, wow. It could be, but like Carnage Tyrant isn't good versus the blue-white decks. They just have sweepers. It's really good versus the Esper decks, but it's not that great versus the blue-white decks. I think blue-white's much more common than Esper. Did we have time to not try and force things? Like, I've been worried about time this entire match. Or entire game 3. Well, that's not helpful. It's a lot easier to answer now that Teferi's a card, that's for sure. We have one turn. We have to get through whatever in the world they have. Starting with no cards. That doesn't feel likely. Any of these cards really do anything? Probably not. I guess I'll start with this one then. Oh, cool. I'm lagging again. I think it's cool that I didn't lag in this game. Yet it affected the other two games greatly. Oh, I'm starting to lag now, but you get the point. Well, we have a counterspell, the game's over. Come on, cast. Alright. They tapped their mana on their screen before my spell cast on my screen. Alright, well, we'll put our stops back in then. Like, can I not put stops back in? Oh. Okay, well, the stops are just different now. I love how they changed that. Anyway, we're dead. We acquired a pity chest, but I don't feel like we got to play game 2 or 3. And I think a lot of it was due to the storm in my area. I think I could have won game 2. I don't know. Oh well. Certainly picked a good time to start lagging. Exclamation mark deck list is where you can find the list. But yeah. Unfortunately, I definitely don't even want to. I was thinking about doing 2 leagues a day, but considering I'm lagging so bad, there's just no chance I'm going to try a second league with this deck. So that means I'm going to find somebody to host. There is nobody playing standard that I follow. Well, that's a problem. There's just nobody playing standard at all, are they? Legacy, sealed, modern. Bant turns in standard. Here you go. So we'll copy basically the same deck and host this dude. Sorry guys, I have to take off. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably play some other type of fog list. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but hopefully the connection will be better. Take care everybody, and thanks for watching, and thanks for all the new follows, thanks for the biddies, and thanks for the new sub, and thanks for the big raid. Take care, everybody.